Today I'm going to try to trim my little jade plant that I have had in this pot. I'd have to look back onto the dates of some old videos, probably at 10 years, maybe more, but I have had this hypertufa pot with a small jade, and the jade is not all that huge. You can see it has been trimmed once, which split the top. You can see that. And it has grown several branches since I topped it the last time, right there. But I do want to transplant this year, because since it's been in this pot for 10 years, and I don't know, from this perspective, you might not be able to tell that the soil depth is only about an inch, inch and a half, and I want to transplant it and get it in better shape this year to grow. So I am going to trim it. I have not had good luck trimming jades, but I'm going to try with this one. So let me see if I can kind of get it a little more in focus toward the jade, and we're going to do some trimming. Now what I want to do is cut this off in its growth areas where I want it to grow out to each side. I will probably put the tiny pieces to root. I'll just lay them to the side and we'll try to root those. I've got some sharp little cutters here, and we're going to try this. First of all, this spot right here, I think I want to pull it down to this far. So here goes. Did it. There it is. Whoops. I took it down that much, which leaves that amount. Let me see if I can get the right angle. Pulled it down that far. So I just basically want to keep it about the same. So that would be taking it down right here. There it goes. I hope I don't regret this. Now, on this side, I think I'm going to go right here, and then on this final one, let me see if I can get the right angle. Let me see. That one is, he's kind of growing up, but to keep them near the same height, I think I'm going to take him off right here. So there we go. Okay, now that's 4 pieces I've got, and we're back to almost the short little piece that I started with. Now, if I understand correctly, the way the plant will grow, it's so hard to tell with bifocal glasses, but cutting it right here in this spot supposedly will make leaves grow out this direction and that direction, if I'm understanding it correctly. So this one here, I'm not sure if there's just with one on the side, will it grow a leaf out here and there? If it does, fine. That puts it where I want it. Now the only conflict I see is with this little one right here. The inside, it kind of grows toward the inside right here. So I'm going to cut that off because we don't need anything growing inward. Okay, so I guess we'll see if that makes anything grow differently. Maybe I would want to go ahead and trim, and this is what I'm afraid of when I get down to something like this. Oh, just a little more, just a little more. But maybe that's what I want. So I'm going to, I think, leave it at this, and then in, let's say, 60 more days, when it comes time to transplant, I'm gonna pull it out of here. If I don't have anything real similar in size, maybe just a little bit bigger, at least to freshen that soil up, because I've only put a little top dressing on the soil a little bit since I planted this. So we want this to grow well. I think it looks pretty good. I hope I don't regret this, but it grows well in this tufa dish. It is a drainage pot. You can see that. Oh, sorry, I dumped some of the soil, but you can see how much is in there and how packed it is. But I think it looks pretty good. I'm going to give it a good water soaking. I usually keep it in this dish right here. That's something I picked up at the thrift store that's just the right size to fit that dish. So I'm going to water it real well, and then we're going to hope for this guy. So let me get my treated water, and we'll see how this does. Okay, here's my treated water, and we're just going to pour him into there a lot, because we basically want that to soak all the way through down into there. Just takes him, what, 15 seconds to sink down through there. Hopefully you can see that. And then, let's see if we've got any runoff yet. Yeah, see, we've got a little bit of runoff. And since the tufa itself gets dry, I'm going to pour just a little more into there, because of the way the tufa is, it lets air in there, water out, and so it will absorb water. Once it sits in this water, it will kind of reabsorb and suck up back into this pot to hydrate those roots and any food or anything that I have put in them. And then later, I'll just show you now. Later, after it's sat in that for a while, I'll just put a little brace here to hold it above the water and make sure it drips dry. At least that's the plan. So here we go. She's watered. I think she looks real good. She feels real stiff and firm. Looks good. Couple of spots, because she did spend the summer outside. And I'm not sure if I'm going to put her outside for this summer, but we're going to see what happens to her. But I think she looks good for this amateur bonsai grower and cutter. And now we'll just put these, lay them out to dry. Let me get a little, got the little saucer, and I will just put them out to dry here. They can lay here for a few days until they dry over. And then I can put those in a little dish. I've got a couple of cute dishes over here. I'll put them in those. At least a few of them. They're, oops, sorry. They are ceramic. They have holes. They're just about the size of a maybe 5-ounce Dixie cup. But they would make a real cute little pot for the jade. That's what we'll do. Okay, so I will put these up in the windowsill and we'll leave them to dry out. That's all we're going to do today with that one. And the next one that I want to try to trim will be one of the gollum jades. That's this one. She's the one who had a mealybug problem several months ago, but she's doing real well, very well, and I am going to trim her off. I think I'll probably leave her in the same thing, but I'm really going to give her a serious trim. But that one's going to be more of an undertaking, but that'll be in one of my next videos. So you can join me for that one later on. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you on another video.